It sounds like Nigeria may not be ready to defeat Boko Haram just yet. Wait, let me explain.
The Nigerian government paid huge sums of ransom money to the jihadist group Boko Haram to free school children kidnapped in November.
Before we go into any of this any further, let's rewind. Well, last November, more than 300 children and staff were abducted from a Catholic school in central Nigeria. According to the Christian Association of Nigeria, 303 students and 12 teachers were taken from St. Mary's School in Papiri, Niger State. It was one of the largest school kidnappings in recent years in Nigeria. Then a few days later, we were told something very surprising.
50 of the 303 children abducted from a Catholic school in north-central Nigeria have managed to escape. The Christian Association of Nigeria says the children, aged between 10 and 18 years, returned home individually over the past 2 days, and they are now safe with their families.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. That was the moment that I started asking questions. 50 students? Out of more than 300 people that were kidnapped, 50 people escaped exactly. Not 47, not 52, not 31, but 50, a whole round number. And we were supposed to just believe that 50 children managed to run from an armed kidnappers in the bush without any form of retaliation. No crossfire, no chaos, just 50 people escaping cleanly. Really? That's when I began to suspect that maybe we were not being told the full story and there's another picture to this. An investigation by AFP, an international news organization, claims that the Nigerian government allegedly paid Boko Haram militants $7 million to secure the release of up to 230 remaining students and staff. According to the report, 2 Boko Haram commanders were also allegedly released as part of that deal, despite the Nigerian law banning ransom of payments to kidnappers. The money, AFP reports, was allegedly delivered by a helicopter to Boko Haram stronghold in Gwoza, Borno State, near the Cameroon border. Now, here's where it gets even more serious. Boko Haram had not initially been publicly linked to that kidnapping, but intelligence sources told AFP that one of the group's most feared commanders, a jihadist known as Sadiku, was behind it. Let me refresh your memory. If you remember the Abuja-Kaduna train attack, Sadiku was reportedly involved in that same operation. That was the attack where explosives were planted on the railroad tracks and high-profile passengers were taken and later released after ransom payments were made. Lots of Nigerians lost their lives during that attack. And according to these sources, he allegedly led the school abductions as well. AFP reports that negotiations lasted about 2 weeks and were allegedly led by Nigeria's National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu. The report also claims that ransom money was delivered to a Boko Haram commander named Ali Ngulbe. Because of the poor connection network in the area, he allegedly had to cross into Cameroon to confirm that money had been received before the first group of 100 children were released. Now let's pause for a second. When the government addressed the nation, they told us that the students had been just simply released. But here, there's a difference between being released and being rescued. When the military rescues hostages, we usually hear about the operation, we hear about the bravery, we hear about how the armed forces, defending Nigerians. This time, we didn't hear all of that. We were simply told they were free. No explanation of how that happened. No clear details. What happened to the abductors? We don't know. No mention of arrest, just they're at home now. Now, the Nigerian government has strongly denied the ransom allegations. The Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, described the AFP report as false and baseless. But here's the thing. The statement denying the ransom doesn't actually explain or tell us how the students were rescued either. It just says that no ransom was paid. So the big question here remains, if no ransom was paid, how exactly were they freed? And what happened to the kidnappers? We may never really know what happened. This also isn't the first time that the Nigerian government has denied serious allegations. In the past, officials have rejected reports of internal military plots and other major security controversies. So when new allegations surface, many Nigerians struggle to take official statements at face value. And at the end of the day, everyone is grateful that the children are now home. But gratitude still doesn't and cannot cancel accountability. And until there's full transparency, questions will continue to hang in the air. How did the kids receive their freedom? I guess we will never know.